Good morning, everyone. Milton here. Happy Tuesday. Uh, and praise the Lord to everyone that is watching this morning. Um, this morning, as I was doing my morning walk here at Apollo Park, is the park that I usually come to walk. And this morning, usually I put on my AirPods and I take a couple of laps and everything like that. And I see a lot of different people, walking also. Some of them are walking just because they like the exercise, others for medical reasons. Everybody has their own motivating factor of why it is that they're walking. And so as I was walking, I had my iPods on, my earpods, and listening to music and everything, enjoying everything. I did what I normally do, which is just say hi. I'm passing by, I see somebody coming across the way, and I say hi, good morning. Being cordial, and just saying hi, good morning to everybody that passes by, right? And and so the thought came to my mind this morning. It was interesting because the thought came to my mind, what would happen if I were to go beyond the superficial hi, good morning, hi, how are you? And I started thinking about the different ways that would turn out. One would be that basically, the conversation, and I would start saying hi, how are you, and start sharing my faith. And that was almost like a fear factor in my life that I think all of us collectively, as being Christians, experience, right? So I was thinking, good morning. And so I was thinking, well, you know what? I don't know what would happen, but I would love to try to do that and break out of my own shell of my own fear. And so, as I was walking by, I met this older gentleman, and that I've seen walk around for a couple of times with us here, with me here, over the last several months. And so I started talking to him. We just started striking up a conversation, and then I started sharing my faith. He started sharing his experience. He was telling me that he battled with cancer 4 times. He's a 4-time survivor. And he started sharing his story. I started sharing my story of the stuff, the conditions that I've had to overcome. And it was just, it took on a deeper meaning. It was not just a superficial, hi, how are you? Good morning. Hope you have a good life. After this, after I leave this place, I'm never going to remember you again, sort of thing. It became a deeper connection. It was more of a still waters that run deep. And so I struck up this conversation. We started talking, started sharing more intimate details about his life, and I started sharing more intimate details about my life. Turns out that he's also Christian. He introduced me to other Christian people that are also walking here, and I was like, my goodness, it is a small world, And so it all started with a thought: what would happen if I were to open my mouth and go beyond the superficial hi, good morning, how are you, and start sharing my faith in what I believe in and my faith in God and what He's able to do, in the miracle working power of a holy God who is merciful and gracious, who loves us beyond every fault and failure that we as imperfect humans do on a daily basis. And so, part of this, and I'm going to take a snapshot of this support group that he gave me. It's for cancer survivors. They have it's called TLC support group. It stands for Talking, Learning, and Coping. It's a cancer support group that meets here in the Palmdale Regional Center on, I believe it's every Thursday. I'm going to put this up at 9:30 to 11 a.m. every Thursday. I'm going to put this up, but I'm also going to take a snapshot picture because when I put this up, it's going to come out backwards. But so I'm going to put it up real quick. And like I said, I'll put it in the comments. I'll take a snapshot picture of this and put it in the comments because I think that maybe other people who are out there who are struggling to cope with cancer or are survivors need additional support. Yes, your friends and family are great support groups, for your support systems, but sometimes you just need to have somebody has gone through the same experience you've gone through to help you overcome deeper fears and deeper emotions that you are personally experiencing that nobody else could could feel or understand unless they experience it themselves. So like I said, this morning I just wanted to share my the little slight devotion on that, and just promote this group. Like I said, I'll put the information on it in the comment section, for anybody who lives in the Palmdale, Lancaster area. TLC support group is Talking, Learning, and Coping. It's a cancer support group, and so they meet every Thursday morning at 9:30 to 11 a.m. at the Palmdale Regional Center in the second floor, and in the rehab unit. And so I pray and hope that everybody who lives locally could, maybe call and have the two gentlemen's names on there that are the main contacts. His name is Jerry Anderson, and the other gentleman, his name is Jim Krieger. And so their numbers will be posted on there on that comment section. If you're dealing with cancer, you're a survivor, you have emotional trauma about it, and things of that nature, you know, I encourage you to attend at least one, call these people up, and get together with people of not only like common faith, but also like common experience. And so, that's basically the gist of today's devotion, was the things that we can experience when we go past the fear of how are people going to receive me, or how are they going to reject me, or how are they going to alienate me if I start sharing my faith. But past the fear of anything is the great things that are in store. I never would have met this gentleman and had this conversation today with this, that was just so refreshing to me, to find people of like common faith, to find people who have gone through certain battles that I can understand and I can appreciate, and meet other people that are also of a like common faith. And so there is a whole wide world out there full of people who are also in the same struggle, who are also have the same faith, but we would never know if we never open our mouth and say, beyond the hi and good morning and how are you, into the deeper waters of, let me tell you about me, and let me open up my heart and share what I've gone through. When we start sharing testimonies, our testimonies with others, that is when the presence of God, that is when the power of the Holy Ghost, that is when those spiritual connections start to connect, and we start fellowshipping in the right fellowship. And I am leaving cleansed. I am leaving refreshed. I am leaving renewed, just by having a conversation with somebody who is of the like common faith, and understanding what they have gone through and are going through. And it gives me hope that somebody who has gone through this 4 times is still alive and still kicking and still walking and still has a thrive for life, and it inspires me to continue to press and continue to walk and continue for my own health, for my own victory, for my own well-being, and so it's encouraging to me. So like I said, I just wanted to take this moment early this morning and to share this with you all. I hope it blessed you guys, and keep the faith, and don't be ashamed to open up your mouth and declare the good works of the Lord. You never know who's listening. People are out there, and people are looking for the words of hope. They're not looking to be judged. They're not looking to be condemned. The world, the Bible, Jesus says that the world's already condemned. So us nitpicking, us condemning and being critical about every little nook and cranny that they do wrong doesn't help one bit. But people are looking, they already know that they're in a bad shape. They already know, they already feel condemned, they already feel worthless, they already feel like they're less than. Us showing them one more thing that they did wrong is not going to help them. But us sharing the goodness of God, us sharing the good word of the Lord, us sharing our faith in the grace of God, that He is a merciful God, that is what makes a difference. And that is what brings people hope. Hope that they can come out of their rut, hope that God has heard their prayer and that God is going to deliver them and their life is going to change. It's not just adding another band aid at a church service, but actually a change of walk, a change of heart, a change of mind, a change of direction, a change of life. That is what the grace of God actually produces in our lives. And so I encourage you today, open your mouth and share the good word that God has placed in your heart. The things that you're hearing in prayer, the things that you're contemplating in your mind and in your heart. Just a simple thought. What would happen if I were to open my mouth and go beyond the superficial, hi, how are you, and into a deeper conversation? Yes, it changes the dynamic, and some people may alienate me for this. That's fine. But if I can make a connection with just one person, that will lead me to multiple connections with multiple people that I would never have connected with in the first place. And that right there is how we build communities, because we are not made to be here by ourselves, to walk this walk by ourselves. We are people who long for community. We are part of a body. A finger cannot survive on its own, neither can you and I survive on our own. We need other people, other believers of like common faith. So, with that, I leave you this morning. God bless you guys. Be encouraged. Open your mouth wide and proclaim the goodness of God, that we can experience this in the land of the living. God bless you guys. Till next time.